a deep breath and ask yourself this question. What do I spend most of my time thinking and talking about? Answer this question from your heart, because today I have a very special and interesting topic to discuss with you, and that is making God your priority. Most people's top priority seems to be houses, jobs, cars, and other material things, but we need to seek to live in a moral manner above all these things. This is Believers Diaries, and my name is Lady Glow. Today I'm joined with Reverend Windibel to help us do the discussion. And so let's start the conversation. You're in for a ride. Alright, you're welcome to Believers Diaries.
Thank you very much.
Believe on Believers Diaries. I'm so glad you're here.
Very glad to.
Okay, so today we're talking about making God your ultimate priority.
Okay.
What does it mean to make God your priority in life?
Making God your priority in life is simply putting God first before anything you do. That is, it is not only about strictly working for God, that is the man of God position or the woman of God position only, but for you to take the work of God, or for you to take the will of God into whatever endeavor you find yourself in.
Okay, for you to take the will of God in whatever endeavor you find yourself in. How do we take the will of God in that?
Okay. We find ourselves in schools, in workplaces, in our marketplaces, in our offices, in our companies, and sometimes we find it difficult to exhibit the will of the Lord or the work of God because we are not in churches and we are working with people who might not be familiar with Christ. But in order to put on the character of Christ, or in order for you to exhibit the will of God, it is more about you doing it through your actions.
How do we portray these actions? What are some of the things we should do?
Okay. There's a saying that action speaks louder than words.
Okay.
And putting on the character of Christ is simply doing the will of God or doing the work of God. And what will God do if He were to be in your position? What would God do if He were to be the CEO of a company? What would God do if He were to be a student in your school?
Okay.
Just picture that personality and then just get to know what He will do and then do exactly that.
So can you take us through the process?
Okay, the personality of God is quite unique, and if God were to be a student or if God were to be the CEO of a company, you can just imagine Him educating His workers, or you can just imagine Him having seminars or holding seminars just to talk about how to do your work effectively and then blending it with the will of God or blending it with the work of God.
Alright, so Reverend Believe, you're just trying to let us know that even in your workplace, you can still preach the word of God.
Sure.
But is it that easy to do that?
Not really. And in fact, even in our country or even in parts of the world, we are not allowed to mix our religion with our work.
So to you personally, how would you see God in your own life? What are some of the things you should do practically to see God first in your own life?
Seeking God first in your own life depends on where you find yourself, whether in your school or whether in your workplace.
Okay.
But there's one simple thing, or there's this general principle that I really use and I go by, that is action speaks louder than words. And if Christ were to be here, what would He have done in my school, in my workplace? It is not about you necessarily preaching the sermon or you telling people who God is. But since action speaks louder than words, why don't you do it so that people will learn from it and then get to know the kind of God we serve?
Wow. So you're just trying to demonstrate to us that we should rather put on the character of Christ in our action. So our daily lives are going out and are coming in. People are looking at us to know Christ. People are looking at us to demonstrate Christ. Sure. That is a very powerful point. But is there any way you can also prioritize God in your hearts? Because we have friends, we have parents, we have families, we also have loved ones. But God says that we should seek Him first. So in your heart, how do I love God? Or how do I rank God in my heart, inside of me?
Whenever you love a thing or whenever you love a person, you cherish that person and then you obey that person.
Exactly.
And even if it is in the heart, the Bible says that out of the heart, or out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So even if you love Jesus in your heart, let your mouth speak the words forth. through your actions as well. So if you love God, you obey him. And what is he telling you? What is he telling you to do at that current moment?
Okay.
What has the word of the Lord in the Bible told you to do? The moment you begin to obey such instructions, then you are approaching fulfilling the will of God.
Okay, so then you are approaching fulfilling the will of God just by demonstrating the love of God inside of you. So let's take, for instance, I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
We wake up early in the morning. How do we see God first in this relationship?
Your relationship is one of the best platforms for you to
I know so.
show or exhibit the will of God.
Okay.
And you know what? There's a part of the Bible that talks about the Proverbs 31 woman.
Okay.
And then you being as a woman and then you being in a relationship, how you should be or how you should act in your marriage.
Okay.
And it is all about diligence, respect, obedience, you putting away beauty. It is a whole lot in Proverbs 31.
Okay.
It's more of a general principle that action speaks louder than words.
Okay.
So instead of preaching to your partner or telling him the sermons, because he might not believe in what you are saying, but the moment you begin to exhibit it and he sees the result of your character, that is, he sees that the love he has for you is growing day in day out because of your character, then your partner will get to know that no, what you've been saying all this while, there's someone you've been preaching all this while, it's worth it.
All right. So what are some of the benefits in seeking God first?
Seeking God first has so many benefits, has a whole lot of benefits, and it includes you attracting favor from God. But before you attract favor from God, you need to have some kind of obedience to his will, and it originates from his love. So you get to get favor from God, his grace is sufficient for you, and then you seeking God first. Wherever you go, it is like you are putting on the personality of God. It is like you are representing Christ on earth. And when Christ was on earth, we got to know that he performed so many miracles, he got to do so many things. Some people loved him and some people hated him as well. So far as you have made God your priority, then God will also make you his priority.
Alright, so you're just saying that when you are able to put God first, God is also going to put you first. That's so powerful, and we are going to do that. Alright, so your last words for viewers.
Okay, what I'll tell them is making God your priority is kind of complex, but let's make it much more simple. That before doing anything, you think about what God would do if you were to be in your position. You just imagine it and then just do exactly that, or try to hit the best mark.
Wow, that's nice. So Reverend Bell here is telling us that let us just hit the best mark. Try to just think about it. What am I doing? Will God do it if God was supposed to be here? This is what you have to put in your mind if you want to see God first. And then he also told us that we should put on the character of God in everything we do. So thank you so much for coming. I'm so much glad.
Glad we're here.
You have really inspired us.
Wow.
And I know that my viewers are just going to listen.
I believe so.
Yes. Alright, so this is where time will permit us to end our show for today, and it has been great, and I know that you have been inspired, and whatever we spoke here, I believe that you're going to put a positive action towards it, and I know that as you put a positive action towards it, you're going to have a great transformation in your life. This has been Believers Diaries, and my name is Lady Glow. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, stay blessed.